Chapter 6479. At this moment in the food factory, more than 10,000 people are queuing up to receive the antidote that can remove the toxins in their bodies. After Cyprus, Charlie also witnessed the strong discipline of these death warriors, cavalry guards, and their families again. Even for the long-awaited antidote, everyone completely followed the order and lined up silently. Their leaders warned them to keep quiet. So no one really spoke at the scene, not even whispering. There were more than 10,000 people at the scene. Only the sound of clothes rubbing against each other when queuing slowly, and the sound of light footsteps. In order to prepare the antidote for them, Charlie almost used up all the pills he brought with him. If these pills are calculated based on the value of hundreds of billions of dollars per rejuvenation pill, that the world's rich people will be willing to pay trillions or even more US dollars. However, Charlie naturally would not care so much about the cost gains and losses. The pills can be refined again. However, the opportunity to save more than 10,000 people may never come again. Once the Warriors' Den completes the major blood transfusion between the various garrisons, most of the cavalry guards will probably fight to the death with the invaders for their families. Even if the invaders bring the antidote to save them, they will most likely not abandon their families and live alone. After receiving the antidote, everyone took it on the spot as required. It is not known whether it was agreed in advance or organized spontaneously. After taking the antidote and returning to the queue, they knelt on one knee without saying a word. After everyone received the antidote and took it, the entire factory area was already full of people kneeling in a square formation. Everyone knelt down in unison, looking up at Charlie in front of them, their eyes full of gratitude and respect. Luster, the commander of the cavalry guard, stepped forward, knelt on one knee in front of Charlie, and said solemnly, "Mr. Wade, I and all the brothers of the cavalry guard and the death warriors, all are willing to follow Mr. Wade all our lives and go through fire and water for him." Charlie smiled and said, "I am not a warlord, nor a bandit leader. If it weren't for the Warriors' Den killing my parents, I would not want to be involved in these right and wrongs. The same goes for you. If you hadn't been coerced by the Warriors' Den for generations, you would not be willing to become someone else's killer and pawn. Starting tonight, we will send you to a safe place. If I need your help one day, it must be to deal with our common enemy. If Warriors' Den is wiped out one day, you and your families will be completely free. Where to go and what to do, I will not interfere. No one does not want to have an army composed of dead soldiers and death warriors. They are masters who have been tempered and even trained in inhumane ways. They are real killing machines. Even if they are made into mercenaries and sent out to make money, they can create a steady stream of wealth. However, Charlie is the only one who does not have any greed for such an army. Once Warriors' Den is eradicated by himself, he does not even want to keep Cataclysmic Front in his hands. At that time, he will give these dead soldiers, death warriors, and even Joseph and tens of thousands of soldiers in the entire Cataclysmic Front complete freedom. Luster was moved and said respectfully, "I have ordered everyone not to speak, so I will speak for all. Mr. Wade has given us a new life. Whether Mr. Wade can use us or not, we will always follow Mr. Wade's orders. At any time and in any matter, as long as Mr. Wade speaks, we dare not disobey. This promise will not only be kept by us but also by our descendants." After speaking, he clasped his hands and raised them above his head. In the factory, a gust of wind suddenly rose, which was the strong wave caused by everyone clasping their hands and raising them above their heads at the same time. Charlie knew that this promise was more important than Mount Tai. Although he was unlikely to use them, this promise was still touching. So he did not shirk it, nodded slightly, and said, "Then I would like to thank you all first." After that, he said to Luster, "Commander Yin, you will draw up a list of the first batch of evacuees tonight and be ready before dark." Luster immediately said, "I obey your orders." At this time, a soldier from the Cataclysmic Front came in quickly and said to Charlie and Duncan, Mr. Wade, Inspector Lee, a car is coming, and there is only the driver in the car. Duncan immediately asked vigilantly. Are you sure there is only one person? The soldier said, yes, our soldiers have sentries at the commanding heights. And they can see clearly any movement within a radius of 10 kilometers. There is indeed only one person and one car. As he said that, his satellite phone suddenly vibrated. And he immediately turned on the phone. And a picture was transmitted to his phone via satellite. That photo was of the driver's face captured by the sentry with a high-power camera. Duncan took a look and breathed a sigh of relief. He said, this man is the former boss of the food factory. He is probably here to see the progress of the upgrade. After that, Duncan said, notify the brothers outside. If he is just observing around, don't worry about him. If he wants to peek inside, don't worry about him as long as he doesn't come in. If he wants to come in, stop him. If he says he wants to come to me, I will go out to meet him. Okay, Inspector Lee. The soldiers of the Cataclysmic Front immediately conveyed Duncan's order.